Did you know the first Star Wars script was completely different? Let's go back in time to the Star Wars that almost was. Picture this. Luke Skywalker wasn't the young farm boy we know and love. He was a 60-year-old general. And Han Solo? He wasn't the charming smuggler we remember, but a green alien. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, that's the world George Lucas first imagined in the early drafts of Star Wars. The original script, titled The Star Wars, was nothing like the movie that eventually became a global phenomenon. In this first version, Luke was much older and not the focus of the story. Instead, the plot followed a seasoned warrior training a young Jedi. And get this, Darth Vader wasn't even Luke's father yet. The Death Star, that iconic symbol of destruction, it wasn't a space station but a massive fortress sitting on a planet. And the Force? Forget about the mystical energy we know today. In the earliest drafts, it was more like a physical superpower, something you could do rather than believe in. Over the course of 3 years, from 1973 to 1976, Lucas went through dozens of drafts, each one shifting and evolving into something new. In the process, Luke was made younger, more relatable. Han Solo was turned into a human. The father-son plotline that became one of the most iconic moments in cinema, it was slowly built up as the script transformed. The crazy part, some of the original political subplots were so complex they were eventually scrapped. The focus shifted entirely to the hero's journey, the story of an ordinary young man who becomes a hero and fights for something bigger than himself. That was the magic that connected with audiences. By the time the final version was locked in, Star Wars was a stripped-down, action-packed adventure that captured hearts worldwide. The film's themes of redemption and hope were a far cry from the intricate political drama of the original drafts. It's crazy to think about what could have been. An alternate Star Wars universe where Luke was older, the Death Star was a fortress, and the Force wasn't a mystical energy. But what's truly fascinating is how Lucas's creative process transformed the story into the classic we know today. Sometimes the magic isn't in what you add, it's in what you choose to cut away. So the next time you watch Star Wars, remember, the version we all fell in love with wasn't the first, and it almost wasn't the last.